Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So on today's video I'll be doing a very simple cut crease look, which I feel like is very beginner friendly. So if you'd like to know how I achieved my cut crease look, then please do stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to my new channel or you're a newbie, please do subscribe. Please do like this video, and please also leave a comment down below. So yeah, let's get into it. This is a very strict eyeshadow look, so which is why I've already done the rest of my face off camera and I'm only here for the eyeshadow part. So I'm going to be using like 4 different brushes for this eyeshadow look. The large blending round brush, and then these other 2 round small blending brushes, and this other sort of very small, it's not really flat but it's round at like the end and it's sort of flat blending brush, and also this brush for cutting your crease. So I'm going to be doing a very neutral cut crease look, and the colors that I'm going to go in with, the first 2 colors, this is going to be my transition shade. This is going to be the shade that I'm going to be using to deepen, I always guys, this is going to be the color that I'm going to use to deepen my crease, right? And then I'm going to these other colors. This is the color that I'm gonna go in with at the corner of my crease, and I'm gonna use the transition shade sort of in the middle of my crease, and the last color to deepen my crease will be towards the end of my crease. So those are all the 4 colors that I'm going to be using. So like I said, this is a very simple cut crease look. I'm only going to be using 4 eyeshadow colors, and I'm also going to be using this Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer, which is in the shade light and medium beige. The reason why I'm going with a very light color is because I want my colors to pop, and I feel like this is the best concealer to use for that. It's a very good concealer and it's very affordable. It's like 70 rand a clicks. So Wet n Wild is also the girl to use if you want to just make your colors pop. I've been using this concealer for the longest time now. I also use it to highlight my face as well. Go in with that Wet n Wild concealer. I'm just gonna apply it, and then I'll use my brushes to actually like blend. I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild brush. It's called a large crease brush. I got it at Clicks for like 60 rand, I think. So I'm going to be using it to tap on that concealer onto my eyelids. So just lightly tap it on and use back and forth motions as well, especially towards the end, to make sure that it blends in with the concealer that you had used to outline your brows. So yeah, I'm going back and forth, circular motions, and also tapping on, especially like at the bottom of my eyelids. So yeah, just go back and forth with those motions to make sure that everything is blended in. I am going to go in with my transition shade, as I've already shown you guys, which is going to be this shade. So the trick to blending eyeshadow is to make sure that you tap like back and forth in circular motions. So right now I'm tapping on to this transition shade color, right? And I'm just tapping lightly, but I'm gonna have excess eyeshadow powder on my brush, so you wanna blow that out. And then what you want to do is hold your brush very lightly. Don't hold it too firmly, like hold it towards the middle or the end, and make sure that you're not holding it too firmly. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna, like I said, go back and forth with circular motions. You don't need to hold it too firmly, just make sure that you're going back and forth with those motions. And like I said, the trick with eyeshadow is knowing how to blend, because if you don't know how to blend, you might use the right colors but your eyeshadow will not come out perfectly. So the trick is to know how to blend. Like I said, hold your brush lightly like this, and yeah, go back and forth with circular motions like I'm doing right now. And the thing is, I have a very, what do they call it? Okay, I want to define my eyelids. Okay, I feel like I have they're not very hooded, but they're sort of hooded. I have hooded eyes, which means that I don't have so much eyelid space to work on. You see, if I close my eyes, this is my crease, right? So this is the only eyelid space I have. And if I close my eyes, you're not going to see so much of my eyelid space. So just to make sure that my crease pops and it shows up, I always take up my transition shade up there, and I always just make sure that I bring everything up there so that it can pop and it can show. So yeah, go back and forth, circular motions, take up your transition shade so that you make sure that when you cut your crease you can cut it up high, and also that your transition shade will be able to pop or show. And the reason why you going back and forth with circular motions is because you don't want to have harsh lines. Because if you have harsh lines, you're not going to be able to blend in everything all well together. Because after this transition shade, I'm going to go in with the color that I'm going to use to deepen my crease. And if already this is harsh, then everything is not going to blend in all well together, you know. Now I'm going to go in with that deep brown color next to my transition shade on this Gorgeous Me palette that I said I got from Chinatown. So now I'm going to be going back in with that color to deepen my crease. So my crease is this part. You can just it's outlined by the shape of your eyeball. And I'm also going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be going back in with like circular motions. So I do the same, back and forth circular motions. You know, once you like get the hang of blending with makeup, I feel like you can achieve anything, because once you know how to blend, you know how to achieve the perfect contour, you know how to achieve the perfect eyeshadow look, you know how to achieve the perfect foundation routine and all those things. So just like practice blending, and then your blending skills will come out on point. And once you're able to do that, then you can sort of like get the hang of other things as well. Because I feel like someone that can blend is someone who can do great makeup. You know, I'm always watching different makeup channels, and I remember this other time I was watching, there's this other American makeup artist, she's called Kiki Adams. Her blending skills are on steroids, and that is how she achieves great makeup looks, because she knows how to blend. So as someone who loves makeup, you should know how to blend, because I feel like if you know how to blend, then you are going to achieve great makeup looks. And don't get tired with blending. Just blend until you can't blend. Blend until you get tired. Like blend until you can't. Because that is how you're gonna achieve great makeup looks, by blending. Because you see right now I'm blending. I'm not even counting how many times I'm blending. I'm just going back and forth all in. But as you can see, my eyeshadows are blending in nicely all together, because I'm not even paying attention to the number of times. I'm just blending everything all together, because until I achieve my desired consistency, then I'm still going to continue to blend, which is what I'm doing right now. So blend, girl, blend. That is what your makeup brushes are for you to blend. Because, you know, I'll keep preaching this. Until you can blend perfectly, then your makeup will be perfect. Because you can have all the right products, but if you don't know how to blend everything all together, then it won't look nice. You can have a P. Louise eyeshadow base, but if you don't know how to blend the colors in your crease, then everything is not gonna look nice. So like I said, just blend everything all out together. I feel like right now I've blended in everything together and it looks nice. So I'm just gonna go back with that crease, with that transition shade, because I feel like it's not showing up. So yeah, I'm gonna just go back and I'm making sure that my transition shade is also blending in with the color that I'm using to deepen my crease. So yeah, everything is blended together, and I'm gonna do the other eye off camera. Now that I've blended everything together, like my transition shade and my shade for deepening my crease, I'm still gonna go back with my Wet n Wild concealer, and I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand like so. And I'm gonna go back. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to take that flat concealer brush, make sure I flatten it out, and that is what I am going to use to cut my crease. So what you want to do is, excuse me, tap in the bit of concealer, and you are going to apply it like a bit to your under eye like so, and that is going to help you outline the shape of your crease. And you do that, as you guys can see, that is helping you outline the crease, the shape of your crease. So now you're gonna go back in, tap on the tip, make sure you apply enough so that you don't have to go back in, because it's supposed to help you outline the shape of your crease. So now to outlining the shape. You see already you have the whole thing shaped out. So all you have to do is go into that shape you have already outlined. And you see, if you apply a bit, if you apply a bit, your crease is not gonna be like sort of perfect. So yeah, okay, my camera is giving me problems, and the stick for holding the camera is not steady, so I was trying to do that. Anyways, as you can see, it's not proper, so you wanna like dab on enough so that you have enough on your hand, so that you don't have to go like back and forth. So now continuing to outline the shape. Once you outline the shape that like I've already done right now, then you are going to go in with your concealer underneath and just, okay, let me finish outlining my shape to make sure everything is perfect, like the perfectionist that I am. So now that the shape is already perfect, when you feel like it is, then you are going to go underneath and just dab your concealer underneath like so to blend out everything. You know, one thing I can tell you about cutting your creases, it's gonna take time. You're not gonna just do it once and be perfect unless the gift of makeup was assigned to you. It took a lot of time for me to do this, but practice really did help me because that's how I learned how to be perfect. So I'm gonna do the same with the other eye as well. So yeah, my shape is already outlined. Flatten the brush, apply a thick base, and then use it to shape my crease. You see? And then now the easiest part is just dabbing on underneath. The hardest part is outlining the shape of the crease that you want. That is the hardest part, and I feel like if you can get the hang of that, then you are good to go. So yeah, I've done that for both of my eyes, and I feel like I want to let my concealer dry a bit. You can just leave it for like a few minutes to just dry if you don't want to tap the excess off. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going in back with that color that I used to deepen my crease at the corner. So you just tap lightly onto that color and you go into your corner and tap like lightly so. And you don't need to just be harsh, just tap lightly like I'm saying, right? And then that color is gonna just apply on the corner of your crease. As you can see, the more you go back, the more your consistency of your color increases. So yeah, go back in, right? And then now what you have to do is you're gonna go in with that shade you were using as a transition shade, and you're gonna tap it lightly onto the middle like so. Remember, you're going in with tap motions. You're not doing too harshly, you're doing it lightly like so, because you want everything to blend in together. So if you're too harsh, everything won't blend in together. Back in with one last color on your shade, which I said will be this color right here. As I was still saying, you are going to go in with that color onto your crease, and make sure you apply enough. Make sure that you get your desired consistency, and just make sure you brush that bit of color into that transition shade. Okay, so yeah, there you have it, my very perfect cut crease look. Okay, it's not perfect, but yeah, it's whatever. As you can see, it's a very neutral look. Like, I'm using very warm colors, very simple colors, nudes, and they're very good when you're a beginner because it's not too much color and you can just try to blend in everything together. Like I said, the key to eyeshadow looks is knowing how to blend everything over together. The one thing that you should always master about makeup is your blending. As you can see, I don't have any harsh lines. Everything is blended all well together in. So now I'm just gonna put on eyeliner, and I'm also gonna put on lashes, and everything is gonna come out perfect. So yeah, this is the full look. I hope that you guys did like it and you did enjoy this look. Like I said, this is very beginner friendly and it's a nice simple look to try if you're looking for something very nice, something that doesn't take a lot of time. Enjoy this video and I hope you come back for a bit more. So yeah, I'll see you guys with the next video.